Howdy, neighbor, howdy, get out and come right in. We'll make a bowl of gravy, stop your biscuits in. Pile a pot of coffee and bake a big fat hen. Cook enough country ham to feed 100 men.
It's the Porter Wagoner Show, starring Porter Wagoner and the Wagonmasters, with Speck, Rhodes, and Norma Jean, bringing you your favorite songs and stars of the Grand Ole Opry.
We're so glad to see you, and I wondered how you've been. Everybody's feeling fine, so let the fun begin.
Well, howdy to you again, everybody, and welcome to the Porter Wagoner Show. We've got a real fine show lined up for this time, so we want you to stick around. You're going to enjoy everything, I believe. Let's start off here with one called Tell Her Lies and Feed Her Candy. Buckaroo. State of Arkansas. Her name it was Mirandy. I wanted to love, so I asked her boy. He said, tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. My, oh my, if the apple of your eye don't think you're real Jim Dandy, take my advice and put it on ice, boy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. If the road of love is rocky and rough, and if your sugar gets sandy, you can bet your boots she'll strut her stuff if you'll tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. My, oh my, if the apple of your eye don't think you're real Jim Dandy, take my advice and put it on ice, boy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. 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 Well, I hope you like that one, a kind of an old one there to get us underway. Tell her lies and feed her candy. And I'm not telling you no lie when I tell you we've got some guests today that we have been looking forward to having visit with us. Some of the smoothest, prettiest singing folks that you have ever heard, I'll promise you. They record for the R.C. Victor Record Company, had a lot of real fine records. Let's get them out here right now. Jim Edward, Maxine, and Bonnie the Brown. Jim, it's nice to see all of you.
I'm surprised the girl's standing back and letting me talk
here.
That's.
I noticed you were telling me a while ago that the girls did most of the talking.
They do.
They do.
Once in a while, they lead me to think that I'm the boss, you know.
This is Maxine, Bonnie, and Jim. How y'all been doing?
Wow. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, thank you.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time.
I wish we had color television. Y'all look so pretty in your red dresses. They look wonderful.
Sing some pretty
red
socks. All right, Porter, we're going to do one, you might say it's an oldie, Scarlet Ribbons.
I peeked in to say goodnight when I heard my child in prayer send, dear God, some scarlet ribbons, scarlet ribbons for my hair.
All the stores were closed and shuttered. All the streets were dark and bare.
In our town, no scarlet ribbons, not one ribbon for her hair.
Through the night, my heart was aching. Just before the dawn was breaking,
I peeked in, and on her bed
scarlet ribbons for her hair. If I live to be 100, I will never know from where came those lovely scarlet ribbons for her hair.
Jim, that is beautiful. Maxine, Bonnie.
Thank you.
You all sang the closest harmony I've ever heard, believe me.
Oh, my God.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
We think your trio does, too.
Well, no, you all are great. We want to have you back in a little while,
Thank you.
Jim. That's a beautiful song. I know that you all enjoyed that. And now let's take a moment out and watch and listen to something real important. You got him, Buck, boy, I tell you.
Thank you.
You rascal, you get better
Thank
all
you.
the time.
Oh,
Mighty good
just
job.
practicing. Thank you.
Been out in that woodshed at that 5-string practicing. Sound mighty, mighty fine. Here's a little gal that, of course, maybe I'm a little prejudiced about all these folks because I think all of them are great. Come on out here. Let's quit slipping up on my back. Yeah. Miss Norma Jean, you've
Thank
been
you.
practicing too, haven't you?
That's right. I've got out an old one here that I haven't done in a while.
And
It's-
this is one I asked you to do, too.
That's right.
It's one of my favorites.
I was going to say I had a special request to do
All
from
right.
the boss, one called Wishful Thinking. Wishing I could see you again, dear, that the fire of love would burn once more. But I guess that's wishful thinking and too much to be wishing for. Just thinking how you once kissed me, wishing that it hadn't meant goodbye. But I guess that's wishful thinking. Now I know why some people cry. I just live my life in dreams and long for your love. It's you I'm wishing for. It's you I'm thinking of. My heart echoes the love words you've spoken. How I wish I could hear them from you. But I guess that's wishful thinking and too much to be wishing for. I just live my life in dreams and long for your love. It's you I'm wishing for. It's you I'm thinking of. My heart echoes the love words you've spoken. How I wish I could hear them from you. But I guess that's wishful thinking and too much to be wishing for.
Mighty pretty, young lady. Thank you, Miss Norma Jean. You can sing that one for me anytime. I really enjoy that one. Here's a number we recorded for RCA Victor. Boy, this is a Victor show today, isn't it? RCA is represented, the Browns and Miss Norma Jean, and of course all of us fellows record for Victor. And here's our offering, one I hope you like, called Sorrow on the Rocks.
Just pour me sorrow on the rocks, bartender, sorrow on the rocks will do. I'm trying to drown my troubles, so make it a double.
Well, the seat of my pants is slick from a bar stool, and my hand's in the shape of a glass. My eyes look like a road map of Georgia, and it's a shame I've lost my class. One broken heart can do strange things to a fella who can't take pain. But in this 100-proof condition, I ain't in no position to take her back again.
So pour me sorrow on the rocks, bartender, sorrow on the rocks will do. I'm trying to drown my troubles, so make it a double.
Looks like the hair on my head ain't never met a comb, and my face is a bearded mess. My hand shakes slightly, and I have to walk lightly or a weave from right to left. The music on the jukebox don't mean a thing, 'cause I'm too far gone for a song. Well, my baby ain't here, and I sure feel bad. I'm sorry that I done her wrong.
So pour me sorrow on the rocks, bartender, sorrow on the rocks will do. I'm trying to drown my troubles, so make it a double. Just pour me sorrow on the rocks, bartender, sorrow on the rocks will do. I'm trying to drown my troubles, so make it a double.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. The hardest part of it is doing that. Now let's take time out and watch and listen to a word from our sponsor. George, I know this next old boy's a good buddy of yours. You and him kind of hang around together, so I want to let you introduce him. He's over here by the telephone.
Oh, I know who you're
big bill.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know he's waiting for the telephone to ring any minute. So let's move over to the right over here and meet Mr. Speck as he talks over the telephone, huh?
Hello? Hello, Sadie? Yes. Bless your heart. Plug me up down Doc Pull in my dentist office a minute. I want to talk to the dentist. Oh, George. Hey, hello, Doc. How you doing? Well, I'm sorry I had to cancel my appointment with you today. Couldn't come down. No, I was sitting on the jury down at Judge Quicktrip's court. Yeah, I really was sitting on the jury. I had some of them needed sitting on too. Yeah, huh? Yeah, we had some interesting cases this morning. Yeah. Well, there's one old man there. They got a feller, and he stood up before the bar, and the judge yelled at him and he says, "What's the charge?" One of the deputies says, "He's charged with bigotry, Your Honor." Said he's got 3 wives. The judge says, "You don't mean bigotry, that's triggerometry." Yeah. Yeah, they sentenced another old man for 99 years from stealing lettuce. It ain't no crime to steal lettuce. Well, this kind it was. It had Abraham Lincoln's picture printed all over it. Yeah, they sentenced him for 99 years. How'd he take it? Well, he stood up a quivering and a shaking, and he looked at the judge, and he said, "Judge," he said, "I don't think I'll live long enough to carry out this sentence." But the old judge just thanked him for his thoughtfulness and told him just to go ahead and do the best he could under the circumstances. Yeah, let's make that appointment for Monday morning. Yeah, I want to have another tooth fixed. Yeah, the other one on the other side. Okay, goodbye. So long, Mr.
All right. You better get them teeth fixed. You ain't got too many of them left there, my friend. Now then, Buck, come over here, and you don't ever talk too much. You picking
I'm
on
going to talk this time.
All right. What you got there?
This is our new Porter Wagoner picture songbook. It's got pictures and stories about everyone on the show. And if you'd like to have one, write. But first, you send 50 cents to Box 404, Nashville, Tennessee. That's Porter Wagoner, Box 404, Nashville, Tennessee. 50 cents.
That's fine, bud. Thank you, my boy. Thank you. It's got a whole lot of pictures in it. It's a fine book. It's I don't know how many pages it has. It's got a bunch of them. We hope you'll order one, too, by the way. Thank you, Buck. Now it's time for our sacred song, and this is a number I learned many, many years ago, and it's one of the real old-timers. I hope you'll enjoy hearing it. Life's Railway to Heaven. Life is like a mountain railroad with an engineer that's brave. You must make the run successful from the cradle to the grave. Watch the curves, the fills, the tunnels, never fall, never quail. Keep your hands upon the throttle and your eyes upon the rail. Blessed Savior, thou wilt guide us till we reach that blissful shore where the angels wait to join us in thy praise forevermore, forevermore. Thank you for watching our word from our sponsors, and thank all of you folks for patronizing the good folks who sponsor country music in the Porter Wagoner Show. Now then, let's welcome back out here the Browns, Jim Edwards. Y'all come back out. You know, me get here in the middle of you two gals. This don't happen to me too often. Y'all have a wonderful album out, and it's called Grand Ole Opry Favorites.
That's right,
Jim. It's one of the few albums that I bought. And Victor used to give me albums, but they didn't give me this.
I wish we had one of yours in there. If it sales, maybe we can do a number 2.
All right. It's so beautiful. What is some of the songs, Jim? Tell them a few.
Don't Let the Stars Get in Your Eyes. Mother, Please Stay Home. Mommy, Please Stay Home with Me.
Great Speckled Bird.
Great Speckled Bird.
Rumba Boogie.
There's some dandies. I know there's a whole bunch of them. And this is the one here that I bet y'all did. This is one here that y'all have done a few times, haven't you?
Yes, just quite a few times. In fact, this was the first record, or the first song that we ever recorded. I was looking back to see.
I was looking back to see if you were looking back to see if I was looking back to see if you were looking back at me. You were cute as you could be, standing looking back at me, and it was plain to see that I'd enjoy your company.
One Sunday afternoon, as I was riding down the street, I met a cute little girl, all dressed up so sweet, and the way that she was stacked, I wish I had a Cadillac. But who would notice me just to drive this Model T?
I was looking back to see if you were looking back to see if I was looking back to see if you were looking back at me. You were cute as you could be, standing looking back at me, and it was plain to see that I'd enjoy your company. If you'll take me for a ride, I will stay close by your side, and I will guarantee we'll have fun, oh man alive. I was looking back to see if you were looking back to see if I was looking back to see if you were looking back at me. You were cute as you could be, standing looking back at me, and it was plain to see that I'd enjoy your company.
Thank you, Bonnie. Jim, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed it. It was a beautiful job. We want to have Speck come back out here. He couldn't let the gals get away without him singing a song for
Ain't that a pretty sight there?
I know it.
I'm
boy.
nearsighted. I want to get a little closer to him. You know, that makes me want to sing. They're from Arkansas. I knew the kids when they were just little bitty things.
Is that
little
right?
girls and boys? I'm going to sing in the shade of the old apple tree.
What key you doing?
G, and that's just the name of the song. In the shade of the old apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, I sat on a big bumblebee. His stinger was long. I know I ain't wrong. It felt like a brand iron to me. My friends tried to move me in vain, but I sat there and grinned through my pain. I said, can't you see, it's beneath my dignity. In the shade of the old apple tree.
That's mighty fine. You're a dandy, I'll tell you. That brings back some old memories there, too. Folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us here on the Porter Wagoner Show. Thanks to three of our wonderful friends, Jim, Edward, Maxine, and Bonnie, the Browns, Miss Norma Jean, Big Bad Buck, and Little Jack, the whole group here. It's been a joy to having you with us. Hope you'll join us next time. And until then, so long, everybody. Here we go, Jack.
This has been the Porter Wagoner Show, a half hour of good old country music and fun, brought to you from the home of the Grand Ole Opry.